Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to an economic weather report brought to you in association with ASB. Today I'm going to show you 4 charts which tell the story of the New Zealand economy and what's wrong with it. These charts show how banks are lending into various parts of the economy. They show the New Zealand economy is becoming more and more unbalanced, with more investment into property and into land, particularly in farming, and less investment into business, into exports, and particularly into manufacturing. These charts will show, firstly, what's happening with agriculture business credit. You can see here this goes back to 1991. It's been growing. It grew at a reasonably steady rate through the 90s, accelerated through the noughties, if you like, and exploded through 2005, 6, 7, and through into 2008. It's still growing very fast because many farmers have been converting dairy farms, buying up their neighbours and sucking in debt. And turns out banks love lending them money because they know there's an asset underneath it which they can take security over, rather than cash flows or simply intellectual property. And you can see here in the business credit line, it actually grew through a good period from 2005 to 2006 or so, but it's really dropped away in the last year or so, as banks have been reluctant to lend to businesses who are making losses. Meanwhile, in the housing loan market, we've seen a real explosion in lending, particularly through 2004 to 2007. It has slowed off the growth through 2008 and into 2009, but in aggregate is still growing quite fast. And finally, this is interesting, consumer credit. You'd think we'd still be borrowing heavily on credit cards. Turns out we're not. And that growth has really dropped off in the last couple of years, partly because we find it much cheaper to borrow against our house than using our credit card. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was a special economic weather report brought to you in association with ASB.